Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? My peoples. Happy Sunday. What's going on? Man, we got another great day. Feels so good to be back. Another great day of video gaming news, of course. And then, why am I tangled up? I'm tangled up. Day 19 of Dragon's Dogma, I think. And I'm pizza-faced. 8 row. What's up, friendo? Oh, man. Everybody have a great 420 yesterday? Huh? Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you, man. What's going on, dude? How's life, man? So we'll just hop in it, dude. I don't know. Hope everybody's doing well. I had a banger of a day yesterday. It was just phenomenal being back. I know the gameplay was kind of slow because we had a lot of laughs and we were just talking a lot and everything, and that's cool. That's the way I dig that. I'm cool with that, man. So, but it was fun. I had a good day yesterday, man, and as I always do, I expect we'll have more of it today. So let's hop in it, dude. Let's do it. Let's see what's going on in the world of video gaming news today, and then we'll go play games. Let's go. I meant here with you guys. But to each their own. You know what I mean? I actually, I don't feel like, personally, I've expressed this sentiment before. I don't think there's anything wrong with cannabis. You know, I really don't. It's definitely one of those things. I think it actually has a lot of beneficial properties to it, for people with different kinds of, medical issues, especially. I think especially for people that have issues with, suppressed appetite or, issues with depression, things like that. I think that, marijuana can be a great thing for people. I think it's actually even just a great a great substance for people to be able to utilize to relax. Just to relax. I think that stress and anxiety is a huge, personally, I don't know how much research has gone into this, but I think it's a huge cause of people potentially getting things like cancer and stuff. I think that it causes people to have negative health consequences, stress and anxiety. And I think if you can, have something that helps you to relax at the end of the day or something, why not? But again, it comes with moderation, right? You've got to use it in an appropriate way. You've got to do it in a way that it's not going to be harmful to you or other people, which means not driving, you know what I mean, or operating motor vehicles while you're using it, or you've got to do it in a responsible way. You need to do it in a way where it's using with moderation, just like with alcohol, I think that, with alcohol, you shouldn't be going out and just getting blasted. Same thing with weed, or marijuana. I don't think that you should be going out and just getting yourself so blasted that you can't function. Yeah, but I think that it's something that has beneficial properties to it, just like alcohol does too. But when people use it, in a way that it can be used poorly as well, I guess, is what it comes down to, right? So, I mean, I'm an advocate. I think that it has a lot of great properties behind it and everything. So, hey, I mean, to anybody that celebrated 420 yesterday, more power to them, baby. Cillian Murphy to play the next Far Cry villain. That's actually pretty dope. Interesting. Quite potentially. It's definitely brought a bunch of people back into playing Fallout, the TV show has. Yeah. So. Y'all want this party started, right? This song's wild, dude. Also, the birthday of a certain painter from Austria. Brother, I am not that good about where people are from, famous people and stuff like that. Who are we talking about? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Isn't he from Austria? He's a famous painter, right? I'm such an idiot. Wait, what? Are you talking about? I mean, if you're talking about Hitler? Is that who you're talking about? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I'm not going to be somebody that is promoting anything that has to do with what that individual, you know, was, you know, trying to impress upon people with his regime, the Nazi regime. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about that. That is not anything that, you know, appeals to me. It is, I think it was absolutely disgusting. And, you know, well, we'll make that very clear. But, yeah, I mean, that's just a bit of gee whiz knowledge there. I don't think it's you know, something where you just can't say their name. I understand why it might feel very taboo to even say their name, say his name, say certain individuals' names because of the negative connotation that comes along with certain individuals. I understand that. But you're all right. You're all right. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was their birthday. Yeah. Voldemort. That's the name that we should not be saying, dude. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that he was like a painter. Was he legit like an artist? Because that's not something I've ever known him about him. That's wild. Well, 8-Row just dropped some knowledge on me that. So I was talking about, I hope everybody had a great 420 and yesterday, and he was like, did you know that was also Hitler's birthday? And I was like, oh no, that's wild. You know, I had no idea. Yeah. But he said, oh, he was an artist. I had no idea. That's wild. Yeah. I knew he's a very eccentric kind of personality and everything, and he you know, I could see him being that kind of, having that, you know, a lot of artists have you know, that kind of brain, you know. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was an artist. The more you know, man. The more you know. Interesting. See, now, it was kind of cryptic. A-Row was like, oh, also, fun fact, did you know that birthday of a certain painter from Austria? And I was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger? You know? I was just joking around. And I was like, you know, if you said, like, a certain former, you know, leader of a regime from Germany in history, I'd have been like, oh. That's what I feel like more people know him for. Oh, really? No flipping way. How wild is that, Psych? Yo, you guys are dropping some history knowledge on me today, dude. I had no idea. That's wild, guys. Thanks. Incredible. Wild. What's up, Psych? How's your day going, buddy? Excuse me. Well, I woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning. So I usually get up at like 5. I woke up at like 3. Wasn't feeling too hot. Not bad, just wasn't feeling great. And I stayed up for a little bit. And I finally started feeling a little bit better. So I like laid back down. And then I had a flipping a terrible dream. And all of a sudden I was like waking up. And it was almost time for the stream. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I gotta get on the ball, dude. Oh man, that was crazy, dude. Wild. You too, Sight. Thanks, broski. Look, I mean, I talk about this a lot. Games that showcase incredible attention to detail. You know, I think that's one of the most underrated things about, or I guess more overlooked things that people don't talk enough about regarding great video games. The attention to detail in games is phenomenal. I was talking about this a little bit about Dragon's Dogma 2. You know, there have been a couple of things. Now I'll give you a couple of examples about Dragon's Dogma 2 so far. So take, for example, in this game, you have different kinds of affinity with people. The more you do things for people, you can give them gifts or whatever, the more they come to like you, right? And if you get like max affinity with somebody, then what you'll notice is anytime you talk to them, they blush. It's really wild. The first time I saw it in the game, I was like, oh my God, what a cool thing that they did in this game. Because there's no kind of like real, it's not like there's an indicator bar or anything in the game that you can go look at for NPCs or anything to go, yeah, this is where your affinity lies on a scale of nothing to 100 or something like that, right? But what they did was they were like, yo, if, you know, you end up maxing affinity with somebody or getting very high affinity, I think, then what will happen is they'll blush when they're around you when you interact with them and stuff, which is a very cool detail. And I made a highlight of that actually just the other day. I think it's in the did I put it in the clips channel? If not, it's one of the newer highlights on the Twitch channel. One of the other things was we were playing the game and we were doing a quest for the Sphinx where it was like, bring me somebody, basically it was like needing to bring somebody there that had max affinity, right? And what we had already gotten from the Sphinx was this like basically magic bottle that you could put somebody inside. Well, what happened was we nice. Oh, we're streaking? Are we streaking? So we put somebody, let's go, dude. Yeah. Through the quad, to the gymnasium, let's go. Come on, guys. Yo, I like stakers too. Nice, buddy. Thanks, dude. I love that people are going to be able to use that now. That's great. I needed to get that going for a while. We like captured this individual in a bottle. We took them to the Sphinx. But when you were going to let them out of the bottle, the only way to let them out was by breaking the bottle. And it was like, how in the crap am I going to get this NPC back to where they belong? Are they just going to have to stay here or what, you know? And then I had the idea, I was like, we got to at least try to see if we can carry them while using a fairy stone, you know, which is your teleportation in the game. And it literally worked. And the details surrounding that entire sciencing of using a fairy stone while carrying. So first of all, carrying this woman in the game that has a like max affinity for us, that we have this like relationship with, we carry them in a graceful way, not like we carry like enemies over our shoulder or whatever. So we carry her in our arms, like in a cradle position, instead of over our shoulder like we don't care about her. That's one detail. Another detail was like, so we were carrying her and we went to use the fairy stone. And so you kind of like gently set her down with one arm behind her. You throw the fairy stone up. And then when you show back up, you've got her back up in your arms and everything. And so that's a really cool detail that they provided in the game of being able to transport even NPCs around in the world as you might need to by using these rare kind of fairy stones. If you feel like that's a better way to get things done, rather than trying to transport them, have them follow you across the map or whatever. There's, yeah, the princess carry, exactly. Yeah, Ferret, what's up, dude? So I think details, you know, go along, at least they do for me. And I think that I'm always on the lookout for the little details that the developers do very, very well in games, you know. And I try to point those out whenever I'm playing games, because they go such a long way for me. Whenever a developer takes time to really, it shows love, I think is what it does. It shows the love for these projects that they're bringing to us. It helps with immersion. It you know, is just, it shows a lot of consideration for what they're trying to bring to us in the experience of these video games, when the details are really there for these experiences, you know. So I really try to point those out quite often, and those are just some of the more recent ones that I noticed in the game we're playing right now. But man, I think that details really you know, get overlooked quite often in games where they play such a critical part in great games. Send me DLC fairy stones. Do not do that. Do not buy microtransactions in that game. Please don't do that. Ferret, quit trolling, dude. Pickup artist? That's right. That's right. What's everybody up to today? That's a bad take. Well played. Oh yeah, Grounded coming to PlayStation. Yeah, this is great. We were talking about Grounded yesterday. Yep, because the new big update's coming. Pinky made me aware that new update's dropped for Grounded, and I was talking about that yesterday. Great time for the last big update for Grounded because it is hitting PlayStation right now too. And dude, I'm so glad that Grounded is hitting PlayStation, because as many people as possible need to be able to play this game. Grounded's phenomenal. It's a great experience, and Obsidian makes banger games on the constant. They really do. They have for a long time. And Grounded is up there at the top of that list, in my opinion. It's a very, very fun game. It's a great game to play with people as well. So I'm so glad this is hitting PlayStation. That's an amazing thing. More people need to be able to play that game that haven't played it yet. Yeah, I need to finish it too. I'm like right at the end of it, dude, and we just got caught up in other games. Now, after I've seen all the update stuff, it makes me want to start the entire thing over. And that's a lot of game time to play, dude. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Gaming Bible, I don't like. Yep. We talked about this yesterday, too. This is Gaming Bible. I'm not going to dive into this. But yesterday we talked about the fact that the, I think it's in 4 days now. 4 days now, Fallout 4 is getting its, I'll just pull it up real quick. It's getting its, like, modernization update, right? When did Fallout 4 hit? Was it like 2020? Something like that? Dude, wow, it's been out way longer than I thought it had. Jesus. Why was I thinking it was way more recent than that? I was way off, dude. Yeah, I know, Psych. I know. I was actually just taking, you remember, Varia that played with us? Varia came in not too long ago when we were streaming and was like, yo, are you considering playing, you know, Valheim again since there's been so much new content? And I was like, I would love to. You know, I would love to, but it's, you know, the challenge is always, you know, where do I fit that into the schedule among all the games that I haven't even tried at all yet that have released and are still releasing and stuff. I know that, you know, the new content I'm sure is phenomenal, but it's just addition to what I've already tasted, right? So it's, I think that's always the struggle, is like, that's why sometimes, like right now, for instance, right? So with Lies of P, dude, I wanted to play Lies of P on release, but Lies of P, I was wrapped up in other gameplays, right? So I didn't play it on release. And now there's talk of a DLC coming, and I want to play Lies of P this year. But if there's DLC coming, I don't want to play Lies of P. If I've already waited this long, I don't want to play Lies of P until the DLC hits. Right, so I can get the experience of Lies of P plus the DLC. Well, that's kind of cool, Ferret. That's an interesting idea. So it's so difficult, man. It's so difficult to try and think about when I might want to or be able to dive back into a game I've already played to experience the just additional content as opposed to new games that are coming out. That's always a thing that's hard for me to want to do, you know? But I am really interested in trying all that out, because I'm sure it's very, very good. And I love Valheim, dude. I really do. It's just trying to figure out when I might be able to get that in, you know? It's tough. It's tough. That's what you get, Soup. You little violent bola. GTA loving, Call of Dookie spewing, quadruple A game loving, ventiness. I don't have enough coffee in me right now. That's a really interesting idea, Ferret. I'll tell you this, Ferret. There's a number of people that would be really interested in that for the community, actually. So if you wanted to try and set up some kind of conversation in the community about running a dedicated Valheim server, we could potentially get a dedicated channel going just for that. If you want me to do that in Discord, I can do that. Or Pinky can do that. Either one of us. You know. Pinky might be down to do some of that too. Pinky loves that game as well. I love that game too. I just don't know when I would be able to dive into it, you know. Coming from the person that loves Suicide Squad. Come on, man. So back to this Fallout 4, November of 2015, dude. I was a little bit off on this, dude. Fallout 4 is coming up on a decade old. Coming up on 9 years old right now. But this is what I was going to show. Free update, right? This is the free update we talked about yesterday. It's coming on the 25th. Isn't that what they said? We read about it yesterday. I think that's what they said. Yep, April 25th, right there. So this is when the free update comes, and I think this was just a very calculated move on their part, right? Well, that's why I think it's probably, you know, I already played the game vanilla, and that's one of the things that I was kind of, I feel like the better way to have developed that game would have been like, for the first half of the game or whatever, no metal through portals, but to come up with, as you played through the game, at least some kind of threshold or incorporation of letting people move things through portals that you couldn't originally, you know what I mean? Some kind of progression to make it a little bit easier on people at some point, you know, down the line in the game. Make it harder on people at first, but after you get, you know, halfway through a lot of the content or whatever, give people a little bit better quality of life, you know? Yeah, I know that. I know. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like it would have been a better incorporation just all the way around, gameplay-wise, vanilla, to just give people the option, you know, to do it in the first place, you know what I mean, as a gameplay element of the entire game. I'm not talking about either you can or you can't. I'm talking about progression in the game. The game as a whole was amazing, but there was a little bit of quality of life stuff that was missing. Mods have fixed a lot of that stuff, you know, mods for the game, I know, but just vanilla, it was missing some quality of life stuff for sure. But just so everybody knows, Fallout 4 getting the update free in 4 days. There you go. I'm talking about, though, things like moving metal through portals. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly what you brought up. That's what I'm addressing in particular, is exactly what you were talking about. Right. Some kind of integration where things progress to where initially, I understand why initially they didn't want you to be able to, they wanted you to understand what the experience was of having to go out, venture out, and not make it too easy on you, right? To be able to move like highly valuable, needed materials just in and out of portals and stuff, right? That was a big part of the game. They wanted you to have that experience, and I agree with that. But there's a certain point, I think, in the game where you've got to give a little bit of leeway, you know what I mean, for quality of life, because it starts getting real trudgy, starts getting real monotonous when it's like, okay, we need more metal, let's go do this again, you know? Where it would have been nice for them to be like, yeah, maybe an upgraded version of portals that you could unlock like halfway to 3/4 through the game or whatever, you know what I mean? To where you could start getting some metals through the portal or whatever, you know? Something like that. That was one of the things I talked about after I played the game, actually. But that was just my own personal opinion. No Man's Sky, One Man's Sky. Man, you are sick, aren't you? Are you really not feeling good, dude? I'm not getting Fallout 5. We already got Fallout 5, dude. What are you talking about? I didn't either, Ferret. I don't try mods with most of my games. You know that. Yeah. Yeah. I do know there's a ton of good ones, though. I know that. Yeah. We already got Fallout 5, Soup. That could even be a viable solution as well, Psych. I agree. That could be viable also. Like an airplane. Carrier crows. You know what I'm saying? God. Just grab one bar of ore to each crow. Yo, by the way, Soup, Fallout 5 is actually called Starfeld. What's up, 8-Ro? Yo, Pinky, what up, dude? How about mods and Lethal Company? Specifically to enable more than 4 players to play? Probably not initially. No, probably not initially. Because here's my problem. If the game's not developed in a way that they're actually, you know, if it's not developed in a way to have where the developers were looking for more than 4 people to play the game, then I don't initially want to play it that way. You know how I feel about that stuff. You know, I want to experience the way that the developers wanted the game to be played. So it's not, that doesn't mean we won't maybe incorporate some mods at some point or whatever, but whenever I play it, I'll initially want to play it vanilla, you know, because I want a taste of what it is, just basic, nothing added, and I want to know what the game was like from the developers. That's it. See the pink devil? Brother, I'm gonna have to come up with a flippin' just a GIF that people can just spend points on to bring up Pinky on stream. And by bringing Pinky up on stream, I'm talking about this, obviously. You know. I might just have to make this a GIF, dude. You know? That way people can just... You haven't seen this stuff? I thought everybody had seen this already. You haven't seen this, bro? Brother, Sykes at a loss for words. That's not usually Sykes' play. He just said WTF, bro. Like, oh my god. I sent it to my mom. Oh, bro, all right, look, dog. So first of all, this legit looks like Pinky, dude. Legit looks like Pinky. And what's so crazy about this is we did Mustache March, right? So we did Mustache March. And I was telling everybody we're just going to have some fun with Mustache March. I grew my mustache out. It was disgusting. I did like kind of the longer mustache, like almost like a Fu Manchu, you know? And I just told everybody, you know, let's have some fun with it. Submit some pictures if you want. You don't have to do your full face. You can just do like your mouth and stuff. But people had some fun with it. They submitted pictures in Discord for Mustache March, right? And the bigger the doll. Oh my god, dude. And so you know, everybody, I've already seen what Pinky looks like, obviously, but you know, I think that was the first time a lot of other people had seen what Pinky looks like, because Pinky submitted like a full facial picture of himself for Mustache March. And and dude, not like a day later, dude, NSYNC Reject, dude, found this picture in some like meme group he's in or something like that, and put it in our Discord and was like, I found Pinky, dude. And I was dead, dog. I was like, this looks just like him. This is what's crazy, bro. This is a full-size crochet doll. Look at how big this doll is. This is a bed, bro. Look at this. This doll is huge. And it looks just like Pinky, bro. And he just found it somewhere, this picture, dude. So he submitted it, and we've just been like, we're going streaky! Yeah! Obviously, yeah, I would. Yeah, for sure. So this is we've been talking about this picture ever since the end of March, dude. For like 3 weeks now. Well, I was gone for a week, so about 2 weeks. But we've been talking about this for a while, and it's just every time we bring it up and every time we talk about it, dog, I'm just dead, like crying, laughing, bro. It's insanely funny. I can't get over it. It's too flippin' funny, man. So I don't know. We're gonna have to end up doing something with this for Pinky, man. It's just too much, dog. It's too much, dude. It's so funny. There's something else I was gonna talk about. Who are we talking about? I got called Boy Scout Venti. That's funny, bro. That's funny, dude. Oh my god. What were we talking about? The flipping oh, the Lethal Company stuff. Yeah. I know there's a lot of great mods, and we'll potentially do some mods, whatever anybody wants to, you know, we'll talk about that. I just want to taste the game first without. I know there's a lot of great mods for that game. I've heard about it. I've got a bit of insight to the fact that there's just a ton of great mods for it, and I'm all about the multiplayer one to get more people in there and stuff, for how many people want to play in here with us when we start playing it closer to Scaretober, probably in September. But initially, I just want to taste it first vanilla. So for probably, you know, a few streams or something like that, and then we'll talk about implementing mods for it. Cool. I'm fine with that. That's cool. I just want to taste it first without anything. Get camped. That's right. Yeah. Get camped. Yeah. That's just it's too flippin' funny, dude. It's too funny. That is pinned, by the way. That picture, if anybody needs a you know, just a nice little loving picture of Crochet Pinky, it is pinned in the funny channel, by the way. Pinned in the funny channel. Yep. Just in case you might need that. Right. Yep. Yo, Pinky, what Sayek and Ferret were talking about this morning was potentially getting back into some, I don't know if you heard it. They were talking about getting back into some Valheim, and Ferret was talking about potentially being willing to set up a dedicated server for some Valheim play. So I didn't know if we wanted to maybe set up a Valheim channel or something in the Discord. I can do it, or you can do it, whatever. We could just copy one of the other channels and just start, you know, dedicated Valheim talk So if there's enough people interested, Ferret said he might be interested in doing that. Yeah, I knew that you'd be interested too as well. So you know, if we want to make a channel, again, it doesn't matter. If you've got time, feel free. I just felt like it'd probably be better to have a dedicated channel if we were going to do a dedicated server. If Ferret was willing to do that, that's awesome. But having a dedicated channel for that server would probably be a nice thing to have, so people can talk first and foremost about setting up the server, and then there would be a dedicated server, and maybe even a voice channel underneath it or whatever, just set up. You know what I mean? That way, anybody that wants to play on it can have dedicated talk all the time, whether it be text-based or voice. Just a fortress. Yeah. Pinky's gonna make the whole flipping world. Flipping stone. Alright, let's keep going. But we'll try to work on that, guys. Yeah. And Ferret, I appreciate you being willing to host a server for that, man. That's awesome. Five PS Plus games played before they stop being free. One Piece Odyssey is arriving on the Switch. We'll take a quick peek at that. Euden Chronicle devs confirm the game is getting a sequel. Yeah, Fallout Frenzy continues its player count soar. That's wild, dude. People have just been. I again admit, after watching the series, it gave me the feels for wanting to play Fallout. No doubt. Wait, PS5 and Xbox gamers herald genius idea that avoids controller battery nightmare. What's that? Let's see what this is. Bro, here you go. Here you go. We need more Fallout games not made by Bethesda before Fallout 5. Yo, who would be the best company to make other Fallout games? Obsidian? Rip Fallout. They already made Fallout 5, by the way. It's called Starfield. I talked about that earlier. You know, let's be fair. I mean, I think that we've been there for a little bit, but I think that obviously the better the show is. I mean, look, man, to be fair, the adaptation frenzy has been ongoing for a bit, right? Yeah, the adaptation frenzy has been alive and well, right? But I don't think you're wrong, Psych. It's no, the Longing universe, it'll just be a movie that never stops, dude. It'd have to be like the Truman Show. It would just be a movie that never ends, dog. It'd be live action. You know, just never stop ever. Yeah. I don't think you're wrong, Psych. I think that it is a new way to market, but it's a different. It hinges obviously on how well the adaptation does, right? Like, I mean, take for instance something like The Last of Us. You know, there had to be a ton of people that started playing The Last of Us again just because of the show, right? And obviously Fallout, a lot of people are really enjoying the Fallout show, and it's just boomed a resurgence of people diving into the Fallout games. It's, I mean, they're making out on it right now, so it can be very lucrative. The thing that, you know, it doesn't always work out. I think, you know, we've seen things like, if anybody watched, and I haven't seen all of it yet, but like the new Twisted Metal show was really good. It wasn't like Fallout good, I don't think, but it was funny. It was entertaining enough. You know, I thought it was pretty solid. And but what did we just see? The new Twisted Metal game that was supposed to be in production got axed, man. It's shelved right now, or either shelved or it's completely not going to be made anymore, you know. So I don't know. It can go both ways, I think. And obviously if the adaptation doesn't do well, then, you know, it's not going to be a good marketing ploy for your games either. I think it's kind of a, if you're going to be relying on something like an adaptation for marketing for a game you have coming out, or a series that you've had for a while, like Fallout, you know, I think that's a better way to market. I think it's a better way to market as something like what Bethesda's done with Fallout, right? But Fallout's been around for ever now. They came out with the show. The show's very good. It's brought a resurgence to people playing the older games, right? And I think that's probably the better way to go about it, because you don't risk as much, right? You don't risk as much with if the adaptation's not as good. If the adaptation doesn't do as well, like say something like Halo, for instance. You guys remember the Halo Season 1? People were like, this kind of sucks, right? So it didn't do as well. And if you have a new game coming out and you're relying on maybe an adaptation for the marketing of it, then in large part, if the adaptation's bad, then that's not going to be doing a whole lot for the marketing side of the game as well, right, on release. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right, Psych. Yeah, she does. She's got big, beautiful eyes, dude. It's crazy. Her eyes are so big. It's crazy. She looks like an anime character. You know, her eyes are so big. It's crazy. No, you know, I understood exactly. Yeah, and if mine came off, you know, my addition to what you were saying came off as a criticism, it wasn't. She's gorgeous. Yeah, but she does. Yeah, she has she has very unique facial characteristics, and she definitely, yeah, she looks like, you know, she belongs in like video game adaptations. I agree. You know, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I do think I don't think you're very far off. I think it is becoming a way for marketing to be done, but I think that you've got to be kind of picky about the way that you're doing it, because unless you're really sure that the adaptation is just going to be a banger, it could go south on you as well, you know. Obviously. Fallout New Vegas also, which is funny because we just played that, right? Just played that. The Fear games. Who gives a crap about EA FC 25? Another just scamaz for money. Besides Soup, obviously. What up, Davey? What's going on? How was work yesterday, dude? 2D Samurai fighting game Sklash arrives on consoles in May. Let's take a quick peek at this. A bit slow. Yeah, I'm glad you have the day off too, buddy. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Thank you to Pinky. We watched this trailer yesterday, so I'm not going to dive back into this today, but the trailer looked good. Hopefully it has a better release than the first game did. I'm expecting it to, you know, but we'll see. A console version of World of Warcraft isn't completely off the table. I would say that that's a really smart move from Microsoft in trying to get World of Warcraft on consoles. And you have to believe that they're probably thinking about getting this also on Game Pass. First Kingdom Come was a very it did well. Yes, it did well, but it released in a pretty poor state, if you don't recall. It had a lot of issues on release, so it's not that it didn't do well. It was a very anticipated game, and people have loved it. Right? I own it, and I've been wanting to play it for a long time. I just haven't ever found that. It's one of those long games, you know. But it's one of those things we talk about a lot, right? The premise of it, the content was there, but it released in a pretty buggy, kind of unfinished state, right? And it was unfortunate to see that happen. And yeah, right, yeah. So you know, they had their work cut out for them to get that game after release into what it probably should have been on release. Yeah, where we talk about a lot, that should never really happen. Games need to be fairly polished. It's not that we don't expect bugs and stuff, but it was pretty rough on first release. But people have loved this game. It's supposed to be a very, very good experience, and I want to play it very badly. I own it. I just need to play it, and I'm excited about what Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is potentially bringing to the table. Game Pass getting one of the year's biggest day one games in May. Let's see what that is. Tower on the Borderland arrives on PC this May. Let's see what this is. Is there a Silksong release date? I think it's like 2036. I'm not diving into this. I'm done with Team Cherry, dude. I'm over it. Until there's something official from Team Cherry, it's not worth to me. I find it actually kind of disgusting what's been going on with that. I've talked about it previously. Me and Pinky have talked about it. I'm all about giving developers their space and everything, but they had a year-long window where we were told that game was coming to us from like late 2022 to late 2023. It never came. And then they thought it was fun to do things like pull April Fools on people, things like that. And it's like, man, just shut up and work on the game, you know? Like, just, you know, it's starting to feel weird, in my opinion. You know, it's been a game that people have been waiting for a long time. There hasn't been a whole lot of news on it. You missed your entire year-long window. Just shut up and talk about the game whenever it's time to talk about the game coming out, because it's starting to feel kind of disgusting for the fans, in my opinion. Former StarCraft dev teases new game described as paradigm-shifting RTS. I'm not going to promote The Sims 5 in this community. I'm not doing it. there are other games that I think people should be looking for outside of The Sims 5. The Sims as a franchise has been iconic for a long time, you know. But it's gotten real gross. I've talked about this before, and I'll promote some other games in just a moment. But The Sims as a franchise, this is one of those franchises under Maxis and EA that really, yeah, I know that. Yep. Yeah, I'm quite aware. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's why I just EA is really gross with the content, dude. So like Sims 4 finally went free, you know what I mean? But it wasn't free for the longest time. It just went free at the end of last year. And you look at all the flipping DLC. Look at all this DLC, dude. All this DLC comes out to over $1,200 worth of content. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, you know. And it feels so EA, right? It feels so EA. Just kind of disgusting. And $1,234 for all the DLC for this game. Oh, come on, man. Really? And again, even the base game just became free to play. So you were still, until recently, paying for the base game as well. If you expect The Sims 5 to be any different, I highly doubt it, you know? And, you know, I'm not going to knock anybody for enjoying what you enjoy as far as games go, but I think you've got to take a hard look at what these companies are doing to you, you know? The monetization that's going on here is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. I mean, this is above and beyond asinine. And there's some other games coming out. Let me find. I've got a couple right here. Let me find them on the wish list real quick. You're not wrong there. They absolutely do that. I don't respect them for it. But, I mean, you know, so City 20 is actually a Sims type game, but post-apocalyptic, if you want to look at something like that. But that's not really what I want to promote. I want to promote to people that are actually interested in something more like The Sims. So Paralives is going to be one. Okay, so we'll take a look at this. Paralives is one. Let me stop this music real quick. Give me that. Now, this isn't coming out until 2025, but this will give you a glimpse of what I'm talking about here. God, I love big windows in houses. I love big windows, dude. So that's just a little glimpse of the building, obviously. Here is the better trailer for it. Again, I'm not going to knock anybody for playing what they enjoy to play, really, you know, but it's just hard for me to want to promote a company like EA who's just monetizing every piece of content they can in a game like that, where you might be able to get the same type of enjoyment out of a developer bringing you more content at a better price point, you know, doing better for you as a consumer. I just want you to entertain that idea. That's it. Again, I mean, we're probably like a year away from this releasing, but at least, you know, I'll be able to link this to you guys. You'll be able to throw this on your wish list and keep an eye on this as it you know, gets closer to coming our way. There's another one I'll show next that's going to be closer to releasing for us. What else is new, bro? Yeah, it does look good, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want people to entertain the idea that there might be something else out there that's going to be better for you as a game player, consumer-wise and everything, that they're going to treat you better content-wise, you know, and you'll get as good, if not even maybe better of an experience than you would even out of something like The Sims. You know? This game is called Paralives. I'll link it for you, Davey. Just, we'll finish watching this trailer and then I'll link it for everybody, okay? Yeah, for sure. I'm going to show another one that's similar to this coming up, that's actually being developed by some former Sims devs as well, being brought to us this year by Paradox. This is not the one I'm talking about. The next one will be. But this looks very good. I mean, this is kind of incredible. You see how much they're showing us right now of this game, and they're like, we're not releasing this game till 2025. They've got a lot going on here already that looks really, really good. You see all the building stuff too? That building was pretty in-depth. And everything they've got going on here with the job stuff, the social interaction, it looks very good. And they're still probably a year away from release right now. It looks really, really nice. That's flipping cozy. I love it.
Lino? Meli. Sini Meli. Poki. Chikimi. Fikini miti.
Pipana.
Kaki.
Melili.
Kiku.
Sipo.
Fifi.
Bless you. Bro, I don't have to do push-ups in real life anymore. Let's be fair, I wasn't really doing them anyways. I work out. Uh-oh. What up, homie? He's got dope hair. She does too, though. I like her hair. Develops a secret crush. Look at Roger rocking that mustache.
L'équipe.
Chiku.
Tichi.
Spilapika.
She's serenading him.
Pikala.
Pochi.
Kite.
Pikichina pu. Tokinomoto.
Pikita. Spikila kami. Miso piko. Lomitoki. Pikino. Timitipu. Kiki.
Flirty. Oh, so you have percent chances and stuff? That's cool.
Spika.
Nuni. Sapataki. Petepi.
You know, it'd be cool if they turned those percent chances into like dice rolls or something. That'd be dope. I've been playing too much Dungeons and Dragons, I think. But doesn't that look pretty awesome, dude? For a game that still has like probably around a year at least before we see it. You know, early access 2025. That looks like it's got a lot of potential. With bugs and missing features, early access 2025. So, publisher is actually Paralive Studio, right? So we're not talking about like some big massive corporation that's going to have their digits all in this, you know, mucking it all up, you know. This is them, and that's the link to this page, okay? The other one is, what is it? Life by... Do I not have it? Hold on. Life by You. I don't have this wish listed. What's going on? Yeah, there we go. This is the one that's coming out in June of this year, okay? So the other alternative, I would prompt people to entertain about playing something maybe different than The Sims because, again, I just don't think that EA is a company worth supporting. They've just gotten way too scummy with monetization. As I showed you before, if you didn't see it, all the DLC for The Sims 4 comes out to like $12,500. That's insane. That's just insane, you know. And even the game just became free. So you were until here recently, you were even paying for the base game on top of that. It's just wild, man. So this is from Paradox. This is called Life by You, and this is going to be a game that is also a life sim, right? But it apparently is using some former devs that apparently didn't want to have anything to do with EA anymore, and did work on things like The Sims previously. So you're going to see some similar things. Obviously, it's a life sim as well, but this one's coming to us much sooner than the one that we just watched. Take a look. I'll link this one for everybody as well after we watch it. That looked like a Karen right there. Be careful. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Has potential, I think. So I'll link this. Again, this one I'm linking now, Life by You, will be out in June 4th of this year. So, you know, we're like a month and a half away, you know? So I would say just entertain the idea of maybe an alternative. But we obviously need to wait and see what people are thinking about how the quality of these games. I think they both have potential, though, as an alternative to something like The Sims and how disgustingly monetized, you know, these games have become. And obviously, I think it's easy to see through what has happened with The Sims and with Maxis and EA. It's about, you know, greed. It's not about, you know, a focus on the community invested in those games. Really, it's not about the content anymore. It doesn't feel like they're invested in the fan base. It just feels like it's getting worse and worse and worse with trying to scam as much money out of the people that enjoy those games as possible. And I'm not going to knock anybody for enjoying those games, but, you know, it feels bad to see people continue to support these companies that are doing that to them. So if I can try and show you an alternative that gives you the same quality or even better of an experience for a company bringing you a product that's going to take better care of you, then I'm doing my job, I feel like, you know. So just keep these in mind if you're a fan of life sim games as an alternative to something like The Sims, please. And just give them a chance. By all means, wait and see after they come out what people are saying about the games and you know, see if it's something you're willing to give a try. I recommend that kind of stuff all the time, but just keep them in mind. Let's get that music popping again. Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, PC gaming show. So, like I was just talking about, June 4th, right? With the release of Life by You, that is right around the same time we're going to start getting all of our summer showcases, which is what they're talking about with the PC gaming show. So right at the end of May, usually we get PlayStation's big summer showcase. And then by the beginning of the second week, all the way through like the second week of June is when all the summer showcases start. We're talking about Summer Games Fest, all the big developers and publishers doing showcases, and we're going to watch all of them together that we can absolutely fit into our schedule, okay? Don't you fret, chatters. We're going to watch all of them. We're going to be up to date with everything. It's going to help us kind of get the last half of our schedule for the year planned out for the most part, because we'll have a better idea of what games are landing when, what exactly we're planning on playing, what games might be sliding out of this year's window, things like that. And we always have a lot of fun watching that stuff together, so I'm really excited for it. Really? Digital Plus version of Marvel's Midnight Suns is 75% off? It's supposed to be a pretty good game, man. We've got that up. Let's go one more page, then we'll dive into all this. Here you go, Soup. This is for Soup right here. Or anybody else that plays Genshin. There you go. A movie-themed board game revealed by Square? That's cool. I'm not going to dive into that because it's not video games, but that's neat. Legend of Zelda's open world cooking has one leg up over Dragon's Dogma 2, and that leg got wrapped all the way around their head. Because the quality of life was terrible. Now, was it better in Tears of the Kingdom? Because in Breath of the Wild, it drove me flipping crazy that they missed the quality of life for cooking in that game. It pissed me off so bad. Where's Ferret at? Everything's oddly sexual to you, dog. Bro. That's funny, dog. Oh my god. So yeah, I mean, there's not really cooking in Dragon's Dogma 2, so they're not really making a convincing argument here. The cooking in Dragon's Dogma 2 is very basic. It's not really cooking, it's just anytime you camp, if you have meat on you, you can cook it up. And it gives you a buff, that's it. You know? Yeah, bro. You know? So it's not like they tried to really implement some deep cooking mechanic in Dragon's Dogma 2. In the thing that I always had an issue with in Breath of the Wild, and I don't think they fixed it in Tears of the Kingdom, there was a couple of things. No recipe book. There was no recipe book in Breath of the Wild. It drove me crazy. I hated it. It was like, why would you not have some kind of way of keeping track of, you know, the recipes you've tried, the recipes you've found, and being able to just easily select the better recipes that you've found in the game if you have the ingredients to make those recipes. That is a quality of life option that if you're going to have cooking, a deep cooking mechanic in a game, that's just intuitive that you would have something like that for the game player. And that's one of the things that drove me nuts about Breath of the Wild, as well as the fact that any time you wanted to cook a meal, you couldn't mass quantity cook. It was so flippin' frustrating. Pick your items. Cook your meal. You know, so select all the items you want. Cook it. Watch the flippin' cut scene. Go back in. Cook again. Select your items. Select the items. Watch the cut scene. You know, it was so stupid. It took so much time. It was ridiculous that they overlooked the fact that they wanted to have this, which is a cool mechanic in the game for cooking, but it just wastes so much time for the game player to have to sit there and cook one meal at a time, one meal at a time, one meal at a time, one meal at a time. And to not have a recipe book where you're keeping track of the actual good recipes you're making and the bad recipes that came out to be trash or whatever. How? Why? That just, it drove me nuts that they didn't do something like that in Breath of the Wild. And so, yeah, was Zelda's, you know, cooking deep because of the different kinds of meals you could cook, the different kind of buffs you could get, the different kind of items that you could cook, things like that? Yeah, but they definitely missed on quality of life items in that game in regards to cooking. Whereas Dragon's Dogma makes it real simple. And I'll be honest with you, I'd rather have it simple than trudgy. Which is what Breath of the Wild ended up feeling like to me. Man, we're jamming. You know what I'm saying? My daughter might want to know about this. Animal Crossing New Horizons getting a first 4-figure statue. Is this actually in-game? No, it doesn't appear to be, is it? Merchandise creator, first 4 figures. Oh. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's just it's a physical statue. Okay. It's not in-game stuff. Mecha Break announced closed beta happening April 26th. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's dive into these. You guys ready? We ready for this? Time to get into the meat of the news. Mecha Break announced closed beta happening April 26th. Amazing CSUN will be holding a new closed beta test for their upcoming game Mecha Break, set to launch next week on April 26th. What a day right there. April 26th. Join the Mecha Break closed beta on April 26th for intense mech battles. Experience the 60-player PvEVP mode, and team-based 3v3 or 6v6 combat. Customize mechs with diverse weapons and colorful paint jobs for style. Dive into adrenaline-pumping aerial and ground mech warfare. Let's watch this. Yo, Psych, did you see the clips that I tagged you in Discord day before yesterday? Did you see those? Play this. What is this? I got baited. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, stop it. Let's go to YouTube. There was two. There was two underneath your name. One was TT's, yeah. Woo, I love mech games, boy. Yo, where's my Megatron at? Give me Starscream, you know what I mean? Only see one? No, there's number 882 and 509. The two that are underneath where I put your name at, there's two Twitch clips before it hits the one that's tagged with Then the one underneath those two is tagged with soup. Yeah. I should have just tagged you in both of them. I was just tagging. I was just thinking you guys would see both of them and be like, oh, those are probably both for me. But I'll do it different next time. That looks cool. That looks pretty cool. I love mech games, dude. So, indie game developer and publisher Amazing CSUN. Let's get this music popping again. Has announced a new closed beta test will launch in Mecha Break next week. This new test will give players a chance to try multiple modes, as they'll be able to jump into 3 to 6 player squads for 3v3 or 6v6 co-op game modes, or test their luck against everyone as they try out 60 player Mash Mac PvEVP modes. Signups are currently taking place on the game's Steam page. You'll be able to join on April 26th. Mecha Break puts players in control of expert mech pilots as they fight across the land and sky alike. Mechs are the pride and joy of any accomplished pilot, with weapons, armor pieces, chassis, and even the paint job being fully customizable. With these options, mechs can be customized to fit any playstyle and function, from fast-moving scouts to lumbering artillery batteries, with dozens of options in between. Ooh-wee. I think I have this on my wish list, but let's go. Brother, that is not... Well, I just copied. What are you talking about? I guess I could just type it, but, you know, I want to be lazy. Copy! Yeah, it's on my wish list. Yo! Oh, dude. You can apply for closed alpha, Mecha Break official Discord server. But this says closed beta. Regarding registration, how can you sign up to register? Please complete the Mecha Break sign up form and agree to the relevant terms. If you've already registered and passed the selection process, the Mecha Break team will notify you via email soon. Join the Mecha Break Discord channel at any time to engage with the team. Stay updated on the official Twitter account. Oh, you've got to e-sign a confidentially commitment letter. Not permitted to disclose or share any test-related information in any form. Included, but not limited to text, screenshots, videos, live streams, so I won't be applying for this. But if you want to, here is the link to their store page on Steam. Digital Deluxe Deluxe. Is that like a McChicken? No, man. Feels bad. I was thinking about applying for it and then potentially streaming it, but I wouldn't be able to stream it, so I'll stay away from it. 5 PS Plus games to play, but if you guys want to get down on it and anybody gets into the beta, let me know what you think about it. PS Plus games to play before they stop being free. Before May 21st. What are we talking about here? So, The Messenger, Final Fantasy VII, Observation, My Friend Pedro. Pretty sure this is a Devolver game, right? I think so. And Abzu. Great. Dude, Abzu. If you've not played Abzu, this is the chillest game. Abzu is a very chill game. It's all about just like a visual experience of like going through the water and seeing all these different like aquatic life forms and stuff. It's really, really cool. It's beautiful. It's so nice. It's only about 2 hours long. I can't recommend just taking a look at Abzu. It's just gorgeous. It's very relaxing. It's very nice. Yeah. But there's some good game. My Friend Pedro is supposed to be good. I've heard some things about Observation, but I don't really recall that much. Final Fantasy VII is the best game ever made. in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but it's a banger. This is original Final Fantasy VII. All right, I love that. It's my favorite game of all time. So there's some good games to get played here before May 21st if you are a PS Plus subscriber. The ultimate One Piece video game arrives on Switch. Check it out. Nintendo has always suffered from being considered the home of its own games. This wouldn't be bad if it weren't for the fact that many companies believe that their games won't perform as well on their consoles. That's why many great third-party titles never make it to the Nintendo consoles. It's not for the fact that many companies believe their games won't perform well. It's because they know their games won't perform as well on Nintendo consoles. Why? Because Nintendo's consoles are underpowered. So a lot of very modern-esque games just won't work. It's not the fact that the companies just have a belief that their games won't perform well. They know they won't. There's a difference. One Piece Odyssey Deluxe Edition will be released on July 26th on Switch. The game was originally released on other consoles and computers in January of last year, receiving very good reviews and a great acceptance from the public, highlighting its solidity, as an RPG and the almost perfect recreation of the anime's aesthetics. Much of its charm lies precisely in that, the possibility of embodying the members of the Straw Hat crew. In this case, exploring the island of Wofford, where we will have to fight against all kinds of monsters and intense turn-based battles because the Thousand Sunny is almost sinking. In this way, One Piece Odyssey tells us a completely original story with monsters designed by Ichiro Oda, with memories of the past adventures of the world's favorite manga pirates. Let's take a look. Oh my god, dude. What happened? Well, I guess I was wrong. You're right, dude. You're right. I like it. You're right. Nice, dude. That's one of my favorite scenes from that movie. I love that. Very nice, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because I told you, I talked about that day after we had that discussion, and but you weren't around, and I had made that sentiment, and you weren't around for it, so I wanted to make sure that I clipped that out. And it's not, I wanted to make sure that you saw that, as well as it's good for other people to know that too. You know what I mean? Oh, I know that. Yeah, I know that, but I always just want to make sure that, that's why my sentiments really in that video were, not just aimed at you necessarily, but the community as a whole, about the way we address ourselves here. And, that's why I was telling everybody, I was like, dude, Shaik and I have been friends forever now, and just us having a disagreement about a notion on a topic or whatever isn't going to change that, so, but I just wanted you to see that. Yeah. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, yeah, I knew you were. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
Peggy 12.
What is this, Soup?
見ろよ、あの島。でけえ塔がいっぱい立ってる。面白そうだ。行ってみよう。
敵と味方を見極める冷静さは持ってねえとな。
私の名前はリム。あなたたち海賊でしょ。
なんだ、体からなんか出てきたぞ。何が起こってんだよ。
ここから思い出の世界へと旅立ってもらうわ。思い出の世界メモリアはあなたたちの記憶からできているから。体験したさまざまな現象が事実と異なる形で現れることもある。
Oh, Soup, you about this, the whole One Piece coming to Switch, dude? You about that? It seems like something you might be into, dude. By the way, did you guys watch the One Piece live action adaptation on Netflix? Maybe? Oh. Oh, are they really? Interesting. Dude, did we just get Monka home? Oh my god.
そこにあるのかしら。
この世界は現実じゃねえ
Let's
かも
go,
しれない
guys.
けど、
Random mode time.
お前ら
Let's
が
go.
俺に力を貸してくれ。
Nice, dude. Let me finish reading this, and then I'll take a look at what you sent me. Give me a second, Soup. There it is. There it is. Get him in. Get him in. Nice 8-row. All right, psych. Murdoch. Murdoch's peepo shy this morning. One Piece Odyssey Deluxe will include all the DLC from the original game, including a Memories Reunion, a new mode that includes 2 new systems and takes place after finishing the main story. An addition that makes this version the definitive one for those who want to enjoy the entirety of the game's content. It is now available for Series X, S, PS5, and 4, and PC. And when did it say? July 26th. That's when it's coming to Switch, guys, all right? July 26th. That's your date. Let me take a look at this. Nice, Davey. What do we got here? Retry this, dude. This is not an official channel. I'm just saying, this is going to make people assume that maybe it is, because it's got like GTA 6, it's got the Rockstar logo in here and stuff, okay? I didn't say it had to be, but I'm making sure people understand that this isn't official, all right? So everything that's going to be put within here is potentially going to need to be taken with a grain of salt. So possibilities. See, this is just... Get this out of here, dude. Get this out of here. This is speculation, dog. We don't do speculation around here. I need the real stuff. You know what I mean? I need the gritty. I don't want that water cooler talk. All right? I don't need this diving into speculation. Bull crap. Get it out of here. They're probably making some pretty good correlations there between, you know, other things that have happened in the past and stuff like that. It's probably, you know, they're probably making some pretty good correlations with when we can expect to see some stuff, but it's not official. It's not worth diving into. It's just not. It's quite possibly going to align, and quite potentially it might not. You know what you need to do, Soup? You need to live in the moment. Live in the moment. You got Stellar Blade coming your way. You know what I mean? Live in the moment. You got Stellar Blade coming. You know? You get to look at all that Eve cake. Enjoy it. Embrace it. There'll be a time in the future when GTA 6 drops. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, that's not right, Soup. Don't embrace it like Embracer Group. You'll just get your hopes and dreams crushed, you know? But you're missing out on the beauty of living life in the moment, man. You're living in the future, you know? And you're missing out. You're missing out. there'll be a time that comes whenever GTA 6 will be here, and you'll just be thrilled, and it'll be phenomenal and fantastic, but you're missing out, dude. You're missing out right now. Ayuden Chronicle devs confirm the game is getting a sequel despite its creator's recent passing. The long-awaited Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is finally getting a release this year, but they've already announced they'll work on a sequel. What? Dude, is it Reject or was it? I think it might be Reject that's about this, right? I think so. Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is one of the most anticipated games of the year by JRPG fans, a spiritual successor to the Suikoden series, one of the most notable franchises of the genre, suffered a setback last February with the death of its creator, Yoshitaka Murayama. Yeah, we read about that. RIP Murayama, dude. Feels bad. An indispensable figure when it comes to talking about the history of the JRPG, creator of Suikoden and its successor, working at Rabbit and Bear Studios since its founding in 2020 and achieving enormous success in the Ayuden Chronicle Kickstarter campaign. Now, in a Reddit AMA a few days ago before the official launch of the game, members of the development team responded there are already plans for a sequel and that these had been drawn up before Murayama's passing. Quote, we are moving forward with a sequel. It's very sad that Murayama is not with us anymore. We have discussed many things with him. I hope we will be able to carry on Murayama's legacy. I always want to treasure his last work. I hope many people will support this game, said the developers when asked about the studio's future plans. Yeah, interesting. Very cool, man. I think it is... Let me see something. One second, please. I think it is Reject that is into the Ayuden Chronicle stuff. I wanna make sure I get that too. I try to make sure I get this kind of info to people that are invested in these series and titles and stuff, you know. Trying to see. I thought I had something in here. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It is. Cool. Cool, cool. Reject's not here right now, so I'm going to make sure he gets this. Sorry, guys. 1 second. There we go. Boom. Nice. All right, let's keep it popping. What do we got here? Power up PS5 and Xbox gamers herald genius idea that avoids controller battery drain nightmare. A gamer has revealed a useful trick for PS5 and Xbox owners that solves their controller battery woes. Plug it in. If you take a USB cord, plug it into whatever system you're using it on, and plug the other end into your controller, no more battery issues. You know what I mean? Power forever. I fixed it, guys. It was me all along. Oh, man. Way too smart. Xbox controllers need AA batteries, which can be a nuisance. All controller batteries wear over time. And the Xbox controller, which uses AA batteries, is supposed to last for up to 40 hours. Upgrading my controller when that PS6 drops. Sony took years to just improve the DS4 battery with a DS5. What's even more ridiculous is if you look at like, that's right. It's like, hey dude, I'm actually going to be making us our own too smart emote. I don't know. try to get one of those done for us. It'll be based off of that same one, but it might be a little bit different. So I've got some ideas. We'll see what we can get done. The what's crazy is even with like the Elite controllers for both the Xbox and the PlayStation, their batteries are worse on the Elite controllers than they are even the core controllers and stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah, so we had already kind of talked about it a little bit, like true, and that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think you were in that conversation, weren't you? That's one of the ones I still have written down. Yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Did you talk about that, or did you just think about that? Because that's what we had talked about before, dude. That's funny. So I don't know. I don't normally play with my controllers wirelessly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I couldn't remember if you were in on that conversation or not. Yeah, I've got that one written down. That's one of the next ones I'm going to try to work on, dude. We're going to try to get that done. The time devices can wear, making the power hold even less. You could just hook the cable up to the main machine if you're lucky enough to be close to the console. This can be a nuisance too. I understand why people like to use wireless, and it is one of those, like, especially if you're couch gaming or whatever, you know, it's really nice to be able to just sit back with your wireless controllers and stuff. A Reddit gamer has shared their hack to get around this problem. All it takes is using a power bank that you would normally use for a smartphone. Oh yeah. Initially bought a pre-owned Series S because of budget issues. PS5 virtually being out of my range. Xbox Series S has completely completed my dream of owning a console and playing AAA titles. However, battery has always been an issue with me, so I came up with my own fix. Used my power bank to power the controller, making it portable while retaining the wireless feel. Dude, that's actually really smart. Yeah, that's really smart. Yeah. Power bank backup lasts more than 10 to 15 days. A rant emote? Like that? And then this? Those might not be the like final versions. Didn't notice? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Yo, is it okay if I pet you, dude? Thanks, dude. Well, I wanna pet you like this. I wanna stroke that flippin' fluffy beard, dude.
Just resubscribed for 17 months. Welcome back.
Yo, thanks, dude. What's up, man? Did you see I just hit you up in Discord? Just hit you up in Discord, dog, with some info that I thought you might like. What up, Axel? What's going on, buddy? Yeah. So, Psych. Let me get back to Psych real quick. So, I just got these done as I got back from vacation, and I knew that we needed to get I need to get a couple. I've got more space, dude. I've got like four more slots for just regular emotes. I've got 4 more slots for animated emotes outside of what I just got done. So we got the Get Wrecked Nerd, which I've got to show. Reject hasn't seen them yet. And the Rantics one. And I don't know. You know, it was just some stuff that I came up with off the top of my head initially. It's always different when you're creating the emotes. If people haven't seen these yet, I'll bring them up real quick. So, again, I just put these in. These are some of our new emotes. Yeah, we got those. I'll bring them up on stream real quick so people can see. This is what's weird about making the emotes, too. I talked about this yesterday. Brother? There we go. So, it's always weird making the emotes because they start big like this, right? You make them big. Yeah. So you make them as big as you can, and it's always kind of something that you do to try to you have to, in your mind's eye, try and picture what they're going to look like when they're really small, right? Because this is how they start, and you have to like look at what they're going to look like whenever they get shrunk down. So it's always kind of a weird thing developing these from scratch, right? Bro, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, we could like just call it Schmexy or something like that. You know what I mean? That's not a bad idea either, Psych. Yeah, we might be able to and make him kind of dance or something. You know what I mean? We could see if we could animate him a little bit to where he's dancing. Oh, bro, that could work. I'll have to get Pinky's approval though. I'll have to get Pinky's approval for that. That's Pinky's pawn, so we'll have to see what we can do. I'll have to talk to Pinky, see if I can get a good screenshot. You know, but it's always a little bit weird making new emotes because they're that's actually a good idea. Psych, I have to do that. You have to make them as big as possible, right? And anytime there's like letters, just butt pick with a shine sparkle off the butt. That would work, brother. That would work. Yeah, he's almost not got a butt though. It's just like legs to back, dog. It's like flat. So you make these things and you have to picture what they're going to look like when they're shrunk down. So it's always kind of weird. And you want to make it as big and as bold looking as possible, right? All hunch. That's right, dude. So I think that like the Get Wrecked Nerd and I think the Rantics, I think it all turned out pretty good. I think they looked good, but it's not necessarily the end all be all. So if you guys have feedback about what we might need to do to change those a little bit, those are just some of the ones we had talked about recently about wanting to get done, right? And if there's feedback or whatever that you guys want to provide, then by all means let me know. But it's just always a weird process of trying to develop these in the first place because they look great sometimes, you know, when they're big, and then when they shrink down, it's like, oh man, they're a little bit, you know, not exactly what I expected. So I don't know. That was funny. Yo, Davey, Abzu is really, really nice. Really chill, dude. Yeah. I'm glad you're trying it, dude. That's neat. Yeah. It was True. True said that yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, it's True said that yesterday. He looks like the frog standing up. Yeah, with just the big old fat body and just the little bitty frog legs. They're the toad legs, you know? Yeah. It's pretty funny. It was definitely True. That's it, Soup? That's it, though? That's probably an HDD in there, too, right? Yo, Reject, it's good to see you, dude. Yo, thanks again for the 17-month resubby, dog. Axel! This week in gaming news, Axel's dad enjoyed the Fallout TV series. Excited for season 2. Yeah, the Fallout TV series I felt like was pretty solid. I watched it. It gave me the feels for wanting to play Fallout. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even a huge like Fallout fanatic or anything. I've enjoyed some of the Fallout games. You know, I think they're good. But I'm not a big, huge, massive fan like a lot of people are. And I really enjoyed the TV show. I thought they did a great job on it. And there's a reason why so many people are playing Fallout again, and it's because of the show. It's really wild. GTA Online gets a massive update this summer. Word. NFT Bros still entire open source game without credit. Original devs shuts them down. Good. Yeah, anything that says NFT is just total schemazzing, dude. OSRS in the middle of massive update. Wait, what's OSRS? What's OSRS? What is that? Can somebody help me out? Old school RuneScape. Oh, interesting. Thanks, dude. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Murdoch, what? I am what? iPhone Master Race? Get out of here. Murdoch, you are what, dude? What did I miss? Dude, I was up at the top of chat reading stuff, man. Oh, God. You guys are a trip, dude. You guys are a trip. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, you're a huge Fallout fanatic? Yeah, I mean, so what's your feedback on it, dude? I use a wireless controller. It's the same model that was used on the Ocean Gate submersible. Are you serious? The Logitech? Does it have the G button? Like seeing Creatures from 76. Nice. Cool, dude. Yeah, Reject. We covered that yesterday, and I talked about it this morning, too. It's actually in, like, 3 or 4 days. It's on the 25th. The 25th is when it happens. Yep. You're absolutely right, buddy. Appreciate you making sure we were aware. Yep, big new, you know what? I was tripping, dude. I thought that Fallout 4 came out much more recently. It's like almost 9 years old, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, dude, I was thinking it was closer to like 2020 or something when it released. I had forgotten, dude, it was like 2015 until I looked it up today. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's been closer to a decade than like half a decade. Time flies, dude. It's crazy. All right, let's keep pushing. Yeah, dude, this is actually a really smart play by... do you guys know what they're talking about here? Like a little power brick or whatever? You know? A little charging brick? Oh, that's always a brutal one, Reject. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Yeah. So I've got one too, and they're actually, you know, my wife got me one, and I was like, man, I don't know how often I'll use this. I use it a lot more often than I ever initially thought I would. It's been a fantastic gift from my wife got me one, and I never expected to use it as much as I do. I always appreciated the gift, don't get me wrong, but I just never really, because I never had one before, I didn't realize how much I would actually use it. It's been so nice to have, and it holds a lot of charge. It really does. It's got a really nice battery in it for holding charge and putting into other devices and stuff, and that's a really smart thing. Just use it to power your flipping wireless controllers. Super smart, dude. Really smart. Big brain, dude. That's big brain. Yeah. So, a power brick, dude. So this was an article we were reading where they were talking about the lack of like charge and wireless controllers and stuff, right? Specifically like Xbox core controllers, PS5 controllers, stuff like that, right? But just to use a power bank or a power brick. Yeah? Oh, I'll check it out, Axel. Thanks. So if you're like chilling out using your controller wirelessly, put a power brick on it, dude. Don't worry about like disposable batteries or rechargeable batteries or anything like that. Just plug in a power brick, dude, to your controller. Such a much more convenient way to use. Obviously, it's still got a cable on it and stuff, so you know. But if you have a long enough cable, you won't even really notice. You know. If you don't know what a power brick is, here I'll grab one. Just a second. Boom. Power brick, right? So, charges through this side, right? It's got like some little LEDs right there that tell you how charged it is whenever it's plugged in or whenever it's charging something else. So I'll just plug in my phone real quick. This is the other side. You can plug in any cable you want. It's got 2 different USB ports, so you can plug in multiple things at a time if you want. It holds a massive amount of charge in it. It's basically just like a mobile energy pack. See the lights on it now? So as the battery drains, the lights go down, obviously, right? Or over there. What? But dude, this thing holds a ton of charge. This little bitty brick. So what they're talking about is like just using this thing charged up, plugging your controller into it while you're hanging out on the couch or whatever, and you don't have to worry about your battery. So you're just sitting there with this like battery pack and your controller plugged into it, and you don't have to worry about putting batteries in it or battery running out or whatever. You know what I mean? These things last for flipping ever when they're fully charged, man. It's really smart. That's a really, really smart play. It's big brain, dude. Let's see this real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Axel. Nice, dude. Very nice. Sick, dude. Thanks for sharing. All right. 2D Samurai fighting game Sklash arrives on consoles in May. Sklash. I think we might have seen this here. Let me kill the music real quick. Let's watch this. Let's see what this is. Yeah, Reject. No worries, buddy. Sklash. Come on, man. Boot it up. Console release date trailer. Yeah, this game looks pretty wild. Brother, come on. Oh, I'm dog-faced. Oh, come on, dude. What is this? What is it about these sites not loading? Just give it to me on YouTube. Give it to me on YouTube, dude. Am I getting like throttled right now or something? What's going on? Like this one video just doesn't want to load. It's weird. There we go. Thanks for the dog face, Axel. This looks like a wild little game. I bet it plays very well on like handhelds and stuff too. It's all about timing. A lot of parrying and stuff like that, apparently.
You cannot possibly understand.
I must avenge him!
I will make sure you don't get up again this time. You stole her from me.
Local and online multiplayer.
That binds us.
It's got a cool art style. I like it.
You finally got what you did.
Yeah, exactly, Psych. Yep. Yeah, very cool. May 2nd. Coming to PS4, PS5, Switch, and Xbox. I think it's already out on PC. Brother. What happened to the flipping... Am I tripping? Yo, reload this. That was weird. Yeah, it's an easy to pick up but hard to master 2D samurai fighting game full of tension where one hit is enough to kill. Play as hand-drawn samurais in beautiful painted settings and fight your opponent in epic and solemn duels where each move matters. Manage your stamina and breathe and take your time to land a deadly hit. Players will choose between 5 characters, battle through 16 beautiful stages to unlock 50 plus skins for their samurais. Additionally, players will learn more about the fight between is that Aki and Natsu Clan's Aki, I think, and discover a story inspired by Japanese culture in the game story mode. Splash for PC launched in August of last year to high praise from fans of fighting games worldwide, providing a unique take on classic fighting games. Splash has been lauded for its gameplay and artistic presentation. Now, console players will have the opportunity to experience the game for themselves when Splash hits consoles May 2nd. Very nice, dude. Very cool. I'll link it on Steam right now. Splash is $9 US. Very positive. Looks very cool. There you go. Cool. And coming to consoles. Very cool. Game Pass getting one of the year's biggest day one games in May of this year. Set to become a whole lot more interesting as one of Microsoft's biggest games of the year is set to make its debut in May. Yeah, Senua Saga Hellblade 2. That's what I figured they were talking about. We knew this was coming. I'm not going to read all this. I'll let you read it if you want. We've talked a lot about Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Look, this is my interpretation of what we're getting here. You're getting a cinematic, visual, interactive cinematic experience. Is that what I think you're getting out of this game? Is it potentially going to be a nice story? Yeah. Is it going to be potentially a nice visual experience? Yes. Is it going to be a traditional video game? No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be mostly a cinematic experience where you're going to be taken through more of a movie-like setting where you might be able, you're going to have some interactability with it, you know? I think that's mostly what you're going to be getting out of this game. You need to understand that this has already been announced from Ninja Theory, the developer of this game. You need to understand what you're getting here. An 8-hour experience. That's it. This is an 8-hour experience. There is not really, doesn't look like there's going to be any replayability in this. It doesn't look like there's going to be any kind of in-game grind or anything like that. It's just a story. You're getting a story. It might be a good story, and it's going to be pretty, probably, but that's it. Okay? I think the better way to access this content is on Game Pass. I've already talked about that. I've got a video that's going to be up on YouTube pretty soon talking about it. I streamed really late yesterday. I didn't get all my videos done for YouTube last night because I just got done streaming. I was tired and I hung out with my wife and kids. So I apologize. But I should have some more videos up today on YouTube. True, what's up, my friend? I think that you just need to know what you're getting out of this experience. You can read all this, make your own choice. I just don't think that this is worth $50. If you're going to buy this game outright, it's $50. I think that if you want to experience this game, play it on Game Pass. Buy 1 month. You don't need to subscribe for longer than that. If that's all you want to do is really play this game, just get a month of Game Pass. Play it. See if there's anything else you want to play on Game Pass for the month, and don't resubscribe. That's it. It's easy. That way, you're getting this experience for roughly $15 to $18, something like that, probably. And as opposed to, which is a much more acceptable price tag, in my opinion, for 8 hours worth of an experience, as opposed to $50 for a game that you probably aren't going to get any replayability out of. You know, that's my opinion. That's my advice. Now, you might have a different feeling about that, and that's okay, but that's the way I feel about what they're bringing to the table here. Also know that on PC, this is going to be something that is going to be different than it is on Xbox. This is what is weird about this, and we've talked about this as well. On Xbox, this game is going to be locked at 30 frames. This cinematic experience locked at 30 frames per second with no visual options whatsoever. Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2, true. So this is obviously a first-party game from Microsoft, so it will be hitting Game Pass day one. So I just want people to know what you're getting into here. And I do think that if you're interested in accessing this content, you want to enjoy this experience, Game Pass is the way. I don't think this is worth a $50 price tag. They want you to pay $50 for it. Outside of playing it on Game Pass, they want you to pay $50 for this because they put a lot of money into this game. But it's a very, very short experience, really. And I think that it's I think better suited for a different form of entertainment. I think it's better suited for a movie setting or a TV show setting, honestly. But they wanted it to be some kind of video game-esque experience. And so that's what they did. But you need to know what you're getting here. And I think that's it. So just know that. It is going to be on Game Pass. I think that's your better option to access this content. I'll link it if you want to read the rest of it. We talked a lot about this game, though. It is weird that a first-party studio for Microsoft and Xbox is releasing this game on their own platform, locked at a low frame rate with no visual options at all. What you get is what you get, and you can't alter that. That feels lackluster. That feels very bad. I have to say that. They are making people experience this game the way they want you to experience it, and not catering to their consumer. You know, it feels backwards. Not everybody. Some people enjoy a lower frame rate with a better graphical fidelity, and that's okay. Some people enjoy a higher frame rate, a smoother visual experience at a lower graphical fidelity. And I'm one of those people. You know, there are people all along the spectrum of anything in between that as well. And the best thing a developer can do, I say this all the time, is give your consumer options. Let the consumer decide what is best for them. Don't lock them into what you think they should like. You cater to your consumer in what they enjoy. And that is not what is happening here, which feels really, really, really weird. The Tower on the Borderland arrives on PC this May. Let's see what this is. The Tower on the Borderland. Let's check this out. Here we go again. We'll just watch it like this. It's only 50 seconds, so it's whatever. Daskumaru, have we watched? We might have watched this. Oh. No way. Come on, man, clean it up. I know that it's very poly kind of game anyways, but dude, we're getting bad flipping. There it is. Yeah. Yo, this is awesome. I haven't seen this. This is great. Whoa. All right. 20 May, huh? Wishlist on Steam. We'll pull it up. Daskumaru developer has released the release date for their upcoming third-person horror game, The Tower on the Borderland. The game is a bit of a throwback in some ways, as it takes inspiration from the early PlayStation era of gaming, taking you to a looming fortress with an ever-climbing tower filled with different kinds of ghouls and monsters. What secrets may be contained within? Game is released on 20th of May on PC via Steam and the Epic Game Store. Let's pull this up. There's a demo as well. Huh. Probably the same trailer. No, this one's longer. Check it. It's like it's gonna be like a poly mashup of Soulsborne and like Tomb Raider. It's Tombborn. Yeah, I mean, it's old school. You know what I mean? There's been a huge resurgence of just games being made in a very retro style, you know? So, for me, it's nostalgic. That's what I get out of this. It's nostalgic. So, I'm okay with it. If the game plays well, I'm fine. If the game plays well and it's fun, the mechanics are fun, it feels good, then the graphics like this are not going to turn me off. But I'm always going to feel that way. I mean, I've always been that kind of person. I'm more worried about the way the game plays, the way the game feels, and stuff like that. And for me, this kind of art style, graphic style, just makes it feel more like a nostalgic kind of game, you know? So, it doesn't turn me off. Interesting. But if you're interested, I'll share it. I'm interested to see what people think of Tombborn. That's exactly what it looks like. You know? That's wild. All right, cool, man. Here we go. Former StarCraft dev teases new game described as paradigm-shifting RTS. Uncapped Games aim to shake up the RTS genre with a new franchise designed to appeal to both competitive and casual players. Uncapped Games, a new studio comprising developers who have worked on iconic real-time strategy series such as StarCraft, has announced it is working on a new game set to shake up the real-time strategy genre. Led by StarCraft 2's former lead multiplayer designer, the Tencent studio has shed light on the unnamed project in a new half-hour documentary. Formed in 2021 as a subsidiary of Chinese tech conglomerate Tencent, Uncapped Games boasts a formidable roster of skilled industry veterans, led by senior game director David Kim, who previously worked at Blizzard. As the lead multiplayer designer on StarCraft II Wings of Liberty, the team behind the new title is composed of artists and designers whose credits include work on some of the best multiplayer RTS games ever made, such as Warcraft 3, Dawn of War, and Company of Heroes. At first glance, Uncapped Games' new project sounds much like many of the other great RTS games on the market. Quote, recreating an action-packed PC RTS full of massive armies, announces the blurb on their YouTube channel. Quote, customize and power up your army, expand your economy, and advance your technology to dominate opponents in PvP battles. However, the studio quickly affirms its ambitious visions for the new title. Uncapped Games aims to, quote, redefine the strategy genre by creating a paradigm shift with a more action-oriented, fast-paced, and fun-focused experience that can be enjoyed by everyone. Uncapped Games' ambition to make a real-time strategy game that can be universally enjoyed will likely pose their greatest challenge. How long is this? 30 minutes. I'll let you guys watch it if you want. I'm not going to watch all that right now. But StarCraft 2 is known for being one of the most difficult RTS games to master. Despite a fantastic single-player campaign experience, the game's multiplayer is nothing short of daunting for a beginner, for reals. Many RTS gamers will have been victims of the notorious Zerg Rush. Yeah. Their base overrun by swarms of the enemy's insectoid aliens only minutes into a game. To say the online learning curve is steep is an understatement. Wait, what happened? Oh, yeah, get him, True. Nice. That band hammer. Let's go. Nice. Thank you, True. Doing that mod work. Mod love, baby. Mod love. As the game's competitive scene catapulted StarCraft's esports circuit into the spotlight, Kim recognized that more and more of the development team's focus seemed designed to cater to these high-end players. This trend is common among modern RTS games, although by no means a new one, with games such as 1999's Age of Empires 2 still enticing players with their blazing build order and micromanagement to this day. However, the phenomenal success of titles like Halo Wars and its sequel shows that there is another market for a less complicated RTS game. Halo Wars achieves an impressive feat for a strategy game, its controls working as intuitively on a controller as they did with mouse and keyboard. Despite this, its rock, paper, scissors gameplay proved too simplistic for players wanting a more involved experience. Uncapped Games wants to combine these two extremes of the genre, creating an experience that all RTS fans will enjoy while simultaneously maintaining all the depth and infinite gameplay that old school fans will love. Few other details are currently known about the upcoming title, but Uncapped Games is expected to reveal more about their exciting project at this year's Summer Games Fest coming in June, which we will, I'm sure, see together here in the channel. Okay, guys? Interesting. If you want to watch this, though, I'll link this to you right now, okay? Let me see what's going on in chat here. What's going on? What'd you say? A lot of indie companies, I would think that retro-looking games are much cheaper to make. No? Yeah, they're cheaper and easier. Yeah, cheaper and easier quite often. It's something that and it's not only indie companies, really. I mean, take for instance like Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver is made on a very, you know, kind of pixel-based 2D side-scrolling kind of animation style, and in large part, anyways, and it's I think there's some 2.5D stuff that goes on in there too, if I can remember correctly. But for the most part, it's just 2D. And it's Mint Rocket, which is a subsidiary of Nexon, which is a massive developer and publisher, right? So, you know, but specifically indie companies quite often are seen as a lot more of the developers that tend to do more of the retro styled graphical options, because I do think it is more cost efficient. It is also more time efficient. It's not as involved. It's easier to accomplish in a timely manner, you know, things of that nature, which often comes down to a money thing as well, correct? So yeah, I think you're on point there, Davey. Got to use that hammer. Look out for True's hammer. Their name was Pinky, was it? It was. Interesting. Kind of sus. Must have been Mac Egg. Bro, I always forget about that dude until Syek brings it up, you know? Syek will never let me forget about Mac Egg, dude. That's funny. Yeah. Well, we'll see what comes from Uncapped Games moving forward. Specifically in about a month and a half. You banned Pinky. Nice. Digital Plus version of Marvel's Midnight Suns is 75% off, people. You know, this was a weird situation. For a game like Midnight Suns, a game like also Guardians of the Galaxy, both Marvel games, both games that rated fairly well and just didn't retail well. You know, it was, I think, one of those situations where we just have had so much Marvel stuff, so much superhero stuff, that it might have just been a little bit too polluted, no matter what the experience was of the games, you know. We've talked about it before. Whenever these games released, they weren't that far apart from each other, I don't think, and even though the ratings were fairly good, people enjoyed the experiences, they didn't retail very well. They didn't sell very well. And both of these games quickly went on sale and were really thought of to be, you know, by their developers and publishers to be not very successful initially. And it's a weird deal. I think a lot of it came down to the fact that people just weren't in the mood for these types of games, and potentially just not in the mood for the superhero, the Marvel genre of gameplay, you know. There's just been so much of it. In the entertainment industry as a whole, there's been a lot, right? It's been very polluted, and it just might have been a bad time for that kind of stuff to come out. I don't know. But the games rated well. They did, and people enjoyed them. And we've seen consistent sales on both of these titles. Marvel's Midnight Suns, as well as even to the point of Guardians of the Galaxy has been free, right? If people were paying attention towards the end of the year on Epic, the Guardians of the Galaxy game was free. You could have gotten it for free. It even goes on sale on Steam now for like roughly $15, I think, something like that. And it's supposed to be a really good experience. It's pretty wild. But PC gamers looking for a tactical RPG with Marvel superheroes can't go wrong with this deal on the Digital Plus version with premium skins of Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is a game, think kind of XCOM with Marvel characters and a card game mashup pushed into it as well. $20, dude. The Digital Plus version of Marvel's Midnight Suns is now hitting the shelves at Amazon for an eye-catching discount. Game available for PC on Steam is now priced at only $20, a major 75% drop-off from its standard price tag of $80. Gamers looking for a great opportunity to enter the world of superheroes in Marvel's Midnight Suns have most definitely found it. The special edition not only includes the full game, but premium content as well. It's a tactical action RPG created by the legendary Firaxis Games. The company is a well-regarded name in the gaming industry, primarily known for its strategic and tactical games. Like XCOM, like I said, has been celebrated as one of the more innovative and groundbreaking games in its genre. Midnight Suns adds a new layer to Firaxis' portfolio by merging their strategic gameplay expertise with the Marvel Universe into a powerful combination. Midnight Suns brings rich storytelling to the Marvel Universe, strong cast of superheroes with unique powers. Core of the gameplay also lies the tactical gameplay the developer is known for. Players can customize their characters, develop unique strategies to face ever harder challenges. Makes the gameplay engaging, but allows unique playthrough experiences. Special Edition also includes Digital Plus Premium Pack, features 11 premium skins. Includes, but not limited to, Captain America's Future Soldier, Iron Man's Iron Knight, Blade's Demon Hunter. Offers players a way to personalize their gameplay further. But these additions are purely cosmetic and don't affect the stats of the characters. With unique strengths and weaknesses, players can choose their heroes from nearly 20 comic superheroes and even create their own customizable superhero known as the Hunter. Characters include the likes of Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Blade, Wolverine, and much more. Encourages players to build and leverage the strengths of different heroes with teamwork and strategy. Let's pull it up on Steam real quick. So the base game is $15. It's very positive. It's an 82% rated game. So you might want to look at reviews and see what people say, right? Is that like MK with Marvel? Wait, what do you mean? Sorry, I'm not grasping. Three-head play, I guess. Oh, wait, what? You talking about Mortal Kombat? Is that like Mortal Kombat with Marvel? No. Are you talking about this game? No. So I'll if you haven't seen this, I'll just play a trailer for it real quick, okay? I'll play a trailer for it. Give you an idea of what you're in for here. It's like XCOM with Marvel is what it is, Murdoch. It's like XCOM with Marvel, but it incorporates some different stuff in it too, which is like a card game part. Let me turn off the music. If that's what you're asking. See all the card mechanics of the game and everything? They've got different cards for different characters you're going to have in your crew. It's very XCOM based tactical squad like gameplay like this. See this? I'm not going to lie, at this price point, I'm really interested in playing this. And it's got some characters in it that I enjoy, like Wolverine. I love Wolverine, dude. I think you can do like combo moves with some of the characters and stuff like that. I love Iron Man too. Iron Man's dope. I've always liked Iron Man. Does that hopefully that helps a little bit about what we're talking about here. But you can see it's only got a little over a day left to get this sell. The base version is $15. The Digital Plus edition is $20, and the Legendary edition is $25. So they've been talking in this article about the Digital Plus edition. Let's look at what's in the Legendary edition real quick. Legendary edition. The base game, season pass, 23 premium skins available at launch, 4 post-launch DLC packs, 4 playable post-launch DLC heroes included in the season pass are Deadpool, Venom, oh, both of those, Morbius, and Storm. Oh, I love Storm too. And then the season pass premium skins available, you get all of these. This is pretty cool. That's a really good price, I feel like. You know, it's supposed to be a good game. Let's pull it up on Metacritic real quick. Do they have it? Do they have the Metacritic on here? Doesn't look like it. Pull it up on Metacritic and take a look. I'll link that too. Let me link this for you guys real quick in case you're interested. There you go. And we'll look at how long to beat as well. So you get a bit of a different idea here. This is PC, Marvel's Midnight Suns. It got an 83 initially from critics. It's got a 6.9 Kappa from users, based on 248 ratings. I think that you'll probably get a better idea of what people think about the game looking on Steam. Steam's got a way bigger data point. You know, you're talking about over 12,000 user reviews here, as opposed to Metacritic only having like 250. And this has an 82% positive right here. And you'll have even from recent reviews. These recent reviews are going to be over the past month. The past month, there's 300 reviews, and they're at 83% positive. So I think it's going to be a pretty good experience. But I would say if you're kind of teetering about whether or not you're kind of interested but not sure, look at these recent reviews and see what people are saying. And this will give you a better idea of what you might have in store here, as whether or not it might be worth it for you, okay? I do think this is a good price point. Even just if you're going to base game this, it seems like a pretty cool game. Let's look at how long to beat here. About 40 hours worth of gameplay, it looks like. For PC, the main story, you're looking at about 40 hours. Main plus, about 70 hours. If you're going to 100% it, you're looking at about 100 hours worth of gameplay. And I would say the way that I play a game, I'm probably going to be closer to this 100% because I'm a completionist style of player. But even if you're just going for like main plus, you're going to get close to probably 60 to 70 hours worth of gameplay. And even in the base game at $15, that sounds like well worth the money if this seems like something you're going to have fun with. You know what I mean? Seems like probably a solid thing to consider buying into, honestly. You can see even right here on How Long to Beat, they've got the Steam price at $15. That's not bad, guys. Really not bad. They even show the additional content here. How long it takes to get through some of that additional content. So I'll leave this up. Interesting. Last article for the day. Let's go. Check this out, guys. This actually is really interesting. I love this actor. Cillian Murphy to play Far Cry 7 villain, leak suggests. What a great person to play the villain for Far Cry 7. I mean, I'm not a big Far Cry fan, but this would have me seriously interested in what's going on in Far Cry 7. I'll say that. Not a big Ubisoft fan, but what a great person to have playing that role. A leaker has suggested Cillian Murphy will play the leading villain in Far Cry 7, which is in development now. In a cryptic post on Twitter, Jonathan uploaded a series of images which some users have tried to connect and concluded that Cillian Murphy is stepping up in a major way with Far Cry 7. Far Cry is a series that no stranger to a celebrity appearance. In the most recent Far Cry 6, Giancarlo Esposito played the big bad guy, which was cool. In 2012, if you guys don't know who Giancarlo Esposito is, he played one of the main bad guys on Breaking Bad. He's been in a lot of different shows. He's a very good actor, too. In 2012's Far Cry 3, Michael Mondo played Voss, one of the most recognizable villains in the history of gaming. No specific reason to highlight why Cillian of Oppenheimer and Peaky Blinders fame would be picked to play the villain, but he was once cast as Scarecrow in a Batman movie. So there's that. Yeah. Last year, we published an exclusive outlining story details for Far Cry 7. One of these details was referenced in an image posted by Jonathan. This reference was a nod to a gameplay element that sees players fight against the clock to save their family from a cult-like organization in Far Cry 7. We actually watched that. The conclusions being drawn around Jonathan's post might be a reach in some ways, but he has successfully leaked other Ubisoft information in the past, so the track record is there. Interesting. I like him. That's interesting. We'll have to keep track and see how much is of this comes true. Cool. That's the news, my dudes. That's it. That's what we got, baby. It's time to get ready to play some games, man. You guys rock, dude. Thank you once again for the amazing start to our stream. We're not done. You know we're not. We're going to go play games for the rest of the day. We got day 19 of Dragon's Dogma 2 coming up shortly. But if anybody's hanging out this morning and you are not all that familiar with what we do around here, or maybe you're watching this as a VOD later on, we always start off all of our streams 6 days a week. We're live. We always start off with video gaming news. We begin at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT. That is 7 a.m. Eastern Time or 4 a.m. Pacific. We begin with video gaming news, trying to stay current on what's happening in the industry and the world of video games. Trying to promote a healthier industry for all of us as consumers and lovers of video games, as well as maybe shine a light on some of the scummier businesses that are not treating us very nicely as the consumers of these products. And then we well, hello, thank you. Then we my wife brought me food. Then we move on and we play games for the rest of the day. So like we're about to do right now, we're going to go play Day 19 of Dragon's Dogma 2. But we have an amazing community here, man. It's full of amazing people. It's about legitimate relationships. It's about, having some place for us for the long haul. It's about being void of negativity and toxicity, cultivating a welcoming experience for everybody all the time, and just being a place where people always know they can come to be a part of. If you need someplace safe, if you need someplace where you know that you're going to have people to relate to and that you can rely on to be a friend, this is the place for you, man. We've got awesome people here all the time, and everybody needs somebody sometimes, man. And if you're about spreading good vibes and just being good peoples and enjoying the world of video games, then this is the place for you, I guarantee it. So come on down and be a part of what we do more often whenever we're live. We'd be more than happy to have anybody that can dig those kind of sentiments, okay? So other than that, man, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. Big love. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to run an outro real quick. As soon as I get back, we are going to start playing day 19 of Dragon's Dogma 2. So let me run this outro, and as soon as it's over, we will start getting prepared for playing video games. You guys rock. I'll be right back.